If that was anywhere near one of the three Mounties that was guarding Whitney, would have been a pick for sure.
Isaac Whitney, who came into this one with 35 receptions for 541 yards and 2 touchdowns, and all the offers like we mentioned to you earlier. He's got 10 of them, just got offered by SC recently. 0 tonight. The Mounties have done a good job at shutting him down so far.
Let's not wake a sleeping giant, though, and hopefully they continue to do that, as Whitney's been very effective for King in this offense.
2nd and 10 here. He'll go for Whitney again, and once again it's incomplete. On the coverage for the Mounties, it was Aaron Simpson. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Aaron Simpson really just getting in front of him. He was beat on that play in the very last second. Simpson just really jumped towards the ball, deflecting it away.
3rd and 10. King, he'll go for Whitney again, and this time Whitney caught it momentarily but couldn't hang on. It was batted away by Aaron Simpson, and it falls to the turf. Incomplete. 3 and out once again for the RCC offense. They'll be forced to punt.
Heads up play there by Simpson as the ball was caught by Whitney, and on the way down, Simpson took a swipe at the ball, and fortunately for the Mounties, it came out of Whitney's hands.
So Isaac Whitney, who stands at 6'4", 205, got it batted away by the 5'9" DB Aaron Simpson out of Pasadena High School. The lefty kicker Zamora will punt this one off, and it's a decent punt. It'll take a favorable RCC hop and hop on out of bounds at the 37-yard line of the Mounties, but some decent field position here, up 10-3. You want to score while you can.
Let's see if they continue with the power running that Coach Jabs has implemented on their offensive strategy against the very tough RCC Tigers defense. And Omaros Tolbert has been phenomenal so far in this first half. And you said he averages just about 14 carries a game. You got to figure he's close to that already, and it's not even halftime.
We'll get you all the stats and scores from around junior college football at the Mountie Football Halftime Report. Still 7:01 left to go in this first half of action. It's been a slow-moving game so far. It's probably in part to how well both defenses have played. 1st and 10 here. Allo going for Derek Macon, but it's too tall, incomplete. On the coverage was Trayvon Watson, who had the pick about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
That ball just out of the reach of Macon, as his big 6'4" frame, his outstretched hands could not get to that ball thrown by Allo.
But if you're Justin Allo, you got to put that ball on target. You can't be scared of a guy like Trayvon Watson, even though he's got 4 picks and 1 so far here tonight. 2nd and 10 for the Mounties, a 4-wide set. The lone back, Omaris Tolbert, 3 aligned to the near side of the field. Allo drop back to pass. He's pressured, and it's picked off again. Nothing but room to run for Broughton inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown RCC. It's a pick 6 for Treshawn Broughton. And the Tigers are a point after try away from tying it. Justin Allo throws his second INT of the game. Inexcusable.
And it was just a mix-up, Chris, on the route ran by Antoine Anderson, as it looked like just like a straight go route for Antoine Anderson. He kept going. The ball was thrown well short and right into the hands of Broughton, and a return for a touchdown.
Jimmy Camacho, who's perfect on PAT attempts this year, will add to his resume. It's up and good. And with 6:46 left to go before the half, we're all knotted up at 10, just like that.
And just like that, you got to figure that, the Mounties are going to have to really kind of reestablish themselves again, not only in the run game, but, you look at Gilchrist and making big plays. Gilchrist most recently for the Mounties on the last drive, but, just every game I feel like I reiterate myself to where, if they can just find some more flow into their offense, just like they did last game, albeit later on in the game. But if there's some sort of fluidity there, it's a very potent offense. And unfortunately, on that last throw, Anderson was just mixed up on his route with the throw from Allo.
So Treshawn Broughton, a pick 6 for RCC. That's Broughton's 3rd INT of the season. He's committed to Oregon State, so he's quite the player. We're all tied at 10. 6:46 left to go, second quarter. Camacho a pooch kick, and this one will hop on out of bounds, and the Mounties will start at their own 35 in a 10-10 tie. Justin Allo in the offense. They'll start at their own 35 like I mentioned. But, Brian, you want to see the Mounties respond positively to adversity.
Yeah, and, mentally they've already battled it throughout the season. And a good example of that was out in Long Beach early on this season. As we're getting some nice visitors in our booth here.
We just got a moth the size of a tiger in the booth here. 1st and 10 for the Mounties. The handoff will go to Tolbert, and Tolbert gets up the middle for a pickup of 3 to the 38.
Like I was saying, Chris, they got checked mentally in Long Beach as far as, really digging in deep and just producing and making sure they just keep playing. And another big test here at Willock Stadium, all tied up.
2nd and 7 for the Mounties. The Mount Sac offense, they have it at their own 38. The lone back, Omaris Tolbert. 2 wide set, Allo. He'll drop back to pass. Fire, and he'll hit Derek Macon, and Macon will shake and bake his way into RCC territory down to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 15 there to move the chains.
And another first down for the Mounties. By my count, it's 10 already for the Mounties. It's positive things here in the first half is trying to solidify some sort of passing game as well with Allo.
This is the second time this season that Allo's thrown 2 picks in the game. The other one came up at Ventura College. Handoff here, Tony Gates, and he's going nowhere. A late flag will fly in, and that might be a face mask against RCC.
Either that or helmet to helmet, and they have one of the RCC players down on the field.
That's Treshawn Broughton, who just had the pick 6 a couple of moments ago.
And, you figure he took a heavy, heavy hit on helmet to helmet with Tony Gates. So let's hope that he's okay. Brought in the 6', 175.
Oregon State commit.
Like you said, he's going to be rocking the same colors, orange and black, but for the Beavers.
Well, it's not a helmet-to-helmet or a face mask. It's a holding call against the Mounties, and
wow,
that'll back them up to their own 43. I didn't see a hold at all there.
The good thing is that's only their second penalty of the game, but
the bad thing is it moves them back into their own territory.
Exactly. So like you mentioned, it's been somewhat of a slow-paced game here at Willock Stadium, and we kind of figured right out of the gate that it would be a shootout.
Battle. I don't know. I thought it'd be a defensive battle.
That too, but this slow really has taken the crowd out of it, thankfully for Mount Sac, because it is a packed house here tonight at Willock Stadium. So that also benefits the Mounties. It's a slower game. Fans kind of get restless, and right now they.
Well, Broughton was able to hop off of the field on his own power, which is always a good sign, but for Riverside, he's not in the game after the holding penalty. 1st and 20. Handoff, Omaris Tolbert. He'll get that yardage back. A pickup of 10. Make it 11 down to the RCC 46-yard line.
And it looks like he's really on a mission tonight.
I'm
reading his body language.
You're reading his mind.
And he's pumped. And he's just after that 11-yard run, it didn't produce a first down, but it's getting the field position back and trotting off the field to give room for Gates. Doesn't matter if he's in or out. He's ready to go for Coach Jebs.
Well, the Mounties know the importance of this game. It's essentially a do-or-die situation for him. On a 2nd and 8, play breaks down. Allo going to step up and run. When he gets to the 45-yard line, that's only good for a pickup of 1. It'll bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Mounties.
That was big Jeremiah Mitchell, the 6'5", 260 defensive lineman out of Lake Elsinore.
Jeremiah Mitchell committed to Marshall University out of Conference USA.
Just made sure that the pocket collapsed for Allo on that last play, really getting to him early.
3rd and 8 here for the Mounties at the RCC 45. 10 all. 4:40 left to go first half. The snap is back. Allo under pressure. Rolls out far side of the field. Hit as he throws, and he just gets it off. There is a flag that does fly in, and that's probably a holding penalty against the Mounties.
And Thaddeus Legrone, the 6'3", 210 out of Texas, really got to Allo. Made sure he was pressured, and that did end up in another penalty for the Mounties, and obviously they're going to decline it and make them punt away.
So Coach Kraft electing to decline the penalty. It'll bring up 4th down and 8. I don't think you'd elect to go for it here, and sure enough, the punting unit comes onto the field for the Mounties. Christian Fulham will look to pin the Tigers deep.
You mentioned Coach Kraft, the former offensive coordinator
for the Mounties.
Coach Jabs, and
as part of that 2009 national championship team.
We also forgot to mention Coach Jabs wins tonight. He'll hit the century mark.
He will. Fulham, high spiraling kick, and Anderson will call for a fair catch and make it inside his own 10. Another fantastic punt from Christian Fulham. RCC in a 10-10 game. They'll start at their own 9-yard line. Still 4:27 left to go in this lackadaisical, slow-moving first half of action.
And we touched on the 100-game winning mark for Coach Jabs, and he's just been nothing short of phenomenal. After taking over in 2005, he's been involved in championships, in a nutshell, with Mount SAC.
His first season, 5-5 back in 2005. A pair of national championships back-to-back in 2009 and 2010. 1st and 10 here. King will fire out far side of the field, and Michael Stallone will catch it for a pickup of 5 to the RCC 15.
And Coach Jabs, expects his players to just do their jobs no matter what position it is. We've been out at practice a couple times, and, it's just interesting to see how he works outside of the games.
4 minutes even left to go in the first half. 10-10 our score. 2nd and 5 for RCC from their own 15. 3 wide set here for the Tigers. Denzel Foster, the lone back. He'll get the give here, and Foster's taken down right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. I tell you what, the 10-10 score with the 7 points, the lone touchdown for RCC coming on that pick 6. The Mounties defense, they've dominated.
Yeah, they're stingy for a reason, and they've been good all year. And, we're talking about how they lead the state in sacks. They obviously know how to bring the pressure as well on a 3rd and 4 here coming up for RCC.
They have yet to sack Nicholas King, though, tonight. Very elusive quarterback. The snap is back on a 3rd and 4. He'll pump fake, has a man wide open downfield. Now he's pressured in the backfield. Going to try to step up and run, and he does, and they'll pick up a 1st down for RCC to the 19-yard line just by a hair, but they will move the chains. That's a big pickup for Nicholas King, and I alluded to his elusiveness just a couple of moments ago, and he shows us it there on that 4-yard scamper to move the chains.
Yeah, Nick King, he does a great job. He said he's light on his feet, and it proven to be so right there. As SAC brought the pressure, and they funneled around him, just couldn't get him right up the middle.
Big sigh of relief for RCC just to move the chains. 1st and 10, handoff to Foster across the 20-yard line and down to around the 21 for a pickup of 2.
Yeah, you mentioned a sigh of relief. That was only their 3rd first down of this half. So you can see how dominant the SAC Dogs have been in the first half.
And Justin Allo gave them a big gift with that pick 6. 10-10 all. Under 2.5 left to play in the first half. And I think RCC is content with trying to run as much clock as they can. They do receive the second half kick. But for Mount SAC, you can't turn over the football anymore. 2nd and 8 here for the Tigers from their own 22. King will drop back to pass, pressured. It's a designed run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and they'll give him 1 on the ball spot. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was big. Lolani Fa'alua, the 6'2", 310 defensive lineman, did a nice job making sure he knew where King was going. After the pocket collapsed immediately, he saw him right up the middle, met him, and brought him down immediately.
3rd and 6. The clock will keep on running. Mounties just 1 timeout remaining. RCC, they have all 3. 4 wide set. The lone back is Denzel Foster. Mounties going to bring the pressure. I believe Tom Avena jumped off sides, so it's a free play. And on the far side of the field, finally, Isaac Whitney will catch his first ball of the night.
The side judge is signaling that he bobbled that ball, and it was not a catch.
Really?
Yeah.
Looked like he came up with that thing cleanly. So Tom Avena a little bit too anxious that time. It is an offside penalty against the Mounties. It's not enough yardage to move the chain, so it will bring up a 3rd and inches situation for RCC. So I guess Whitney did not hang on to that football. Still at a goose egg as far as receptions go tonight.
Well, Simpson mostly on the coverage on the last drive. That was Taekwon Glass, I believe.